Welcome to Greek for a Week. We are looking at the final two verses, verses 16 and 17 of this paragraph here, which we began back in verse 13. This is Peter's opportunity to put a few verses together and discuss how to respond to suffering unjustly. So verse 16 and verse 17. So let's begin translating. Having a good conscience, so that, there's the purpose clause, so that with reference to which you are slandered by the ones who mistreat or abuse your good conduct in Christ, they will be put to shame. For it is better, if the will of God should will it, to suffer for doing what is good than for doing what is wrong. So our first verbal form is ekantes, and here Peter is using the form of echo, present active participle, masculine nominative plural, again of echo. Likely its attendant circumstance, that's how that participle is functioning, which we could translate it then while having a good conscience. Here's hina. This is denoting our purpose clause as we move forward. Then your en ho kata leithese. Okay, this here, the en ho especially here, is our dative of reference. I translated that with reference to. So he's specifying those who slander you. He's making special reference to that. Then you have a kata laleo. Here is our second person, plural, present passive, indicative, again, of kata lelo. And then we have a substantival participle here that I've just bracketed off. That substantival participle, again, a present active participle, masculine nominative plural, and that is the ones who mistreat or the ones who abuse. It's those that ultimately will be put to shame here. Then he uses the gar, this conjunction here, to bring a connection between verses 16 and 17. It provides the motivational grounds for the encouragement of verse 16. Then you have a participle here, the agathapoiuntas. So this participle here, then you have another participle, the kakapoiuntas. So these two participles, this one here is doing good, this one's for doing wrong. Both of those participles, again, are present active participles, masculine accusative plural. They could be causal, so you could use them as the reason. So for it is better if the will of God should will it to suffer for doing, okay, or because you are doing what is right, than because of doing what is wrong. So both of those could provide a causal adverbial participle. Then you also have your you have a first class conditional clause there. And then you also have your pascain, which would be your infinitival form of pasco, means to suffer. So these two verses will wrap up this particular paragraph. So next week we will look at the entire paragraph, verses 13 through 17. We'll diagram it and see how Peter puts everything together. Have a great week.